Okay, we should be back. That should be working. Let me know if there's any issues, but we should be good to go. Hey, Lily. Welcome back. Everything is permitted.
Jesus, Eddie, what the hell happened here?
You happened here, Edward. The damage you caused 6 years ago has not been undone.
I'm not an easy man to call a friend, am I? Is that why you're here?
To fight beside a man so driven by personal gain and glory is a hard thing, Edward. And I have come to feel the assassins and their creed a more honorable course. Have I been unfair?
No. For years I've been rushing around taking whatever I fancied, not giving a tinker's curse for those I hurt. And yet here I am, with riches and a reputation, feeling no wiser than when I left home. Yet when I turn around, look at the course I've run, there's not a man or woman that I love left standing beside me.
There is time to make amends, Captain Kenway.
Mary. Before she died, she asked me to do good by her, to sort out the mess I made. Can you help me?
Mary was fond of you, Edward. She saw something in your bearing that gave her hope you might one day fight with us.
Aye. She told me.
And what do you think of our creed?
It's hard to say. For if nothing is true, then why believe anything? And if everything is permitted, why not chase every desire?
Why, indeed.
It might be that this idea is only the beginning of wisdom, not its final form.
That's quite a step up from the Edward I met here many years ago. So what do you think?
It'll take some getting used to.
The second attack this month, I should have moved this village long ago.
I brought all this upon you years ago, but I will stand by you now.
It will take more than a few favors to call yourself a true assassin, Edward.
One thing at a time, mate.
Oops. Hey, we're getting a new weapon, like, right towards the end of the game. This is kind of weird.
Only to attack once more. Come.
To the beach! Ah, these two. Stay close, Edward. Follow my lead.
¡Venceremos a esos gusanos! ¡Dracula! ¡Un blanco claro! ¡Va del cerco! ¡Esa rata está a tiro! ¡Ahí, volando!
It's a really cool weapon, actually. But, like, why now?
Good to see you here, brother. Swift and clean. Must kill the whole innocent.
¡Alto! ¡Alto! ¡No irás a ningún lado!
Find him and let him die. Finish him off.
That coward is hiding aboard his ship.
Alright, I've done my part here. Ow. Alright then, little Capitan.
Línea de tiro. Te tengo encañonado.
¡Puedo abatirlo! ¡Todos juntos! ¡Atacar!
Yeah.
Jan Numuk Awol Yetel Abishan. And once more you have our thanks, Edward. You are welcome here.
Thank you, sir. I'll rest here for a time before setting out, if I may. How's her child?
She is a strong woman, but not invincible.
Edward,
I'm sorry for your loss.
if I'd stayed in prison, they'd have taken him from me. He'd now be alive. Maybe this is God's way of saying I'm not fit to be a mother yet. Carrying on like I do. Cursing and drinking and fighting.
You are a fighter, aye. In prison, I heard stories of the infamous Anne Bonny and Mary Read taking on the King's Navy together. Just the pair of you.
It's all true. Anne would have won that day if Jack and his lads weren't passed out in the hold from drink. Edward. Everyone's gone, aren't they? Mary, Rackham, Hutch, all the rest. I miss them so. Rough as they were. Do you feel that too? All empty inside?
I do. Devil curse me. I know my targets by sight well enough. How will I find them?
We have spies and informants in every city. Visit our bureaus and the assassins there will guide you.
That fixes Torres and Rogers. But Bartholomew Roberts won't be near any city. Might take months to find him.
Or years. But you're a man of talent and quality, Captain Kenway. I believe you will find him.
And if you're at a loss, do not be afraid to call on your quartermaster for aid.
Quartermaster! What's our present course?
Due west, Captain, if it's still Kingston we're sailing for.
It is indeed, Miss Bonny. Call it out.
Weigh anchor and let fall the courses, lads. We're sailing for Jamaica.
How does it feel to bark so loud?
I've barked louder, and to men twice as rough.
Tending bar at the old Avery, you mean?
Among other places. And I sailed with Mary and Rackham for a time, remember?
Of course.
Mary did most of the captaining, Jack did most of the drinking.
Did Mary... Did she ever tell you who it was that fathered her child?
It was a young fella. Sailed with us on that last voyage. Poor lad was killed fighting beside us. The only man not too drunk to stand up for himself.
There was so much about her I didn't know. I called her a friend. But was I one in return?
She thought the world of you, Edward. I've no worries about that.
Well, that's good to hear.
I would like to get out of range because I actually want to go back to the assassin's hideout and not to where the game wants us to go. So yeah, I can't do that because the enemies are after me. How is everything on the stream? I can't believe I haven't asked that today, especially after the issues we had earlier. All looking good now. Lovely stuff. Guys responded really quickly as well. I guess the latency today is lower than usual. My fast travel now game, I'm like way ahead of them. Yes, cool. That's the point, I can craft a thing. Now, it has been quite a while since our previous stream, so you may have forgotten, but we have all the Mayan artifacts now. According to legend, this Mayan outfit was created using scavenged first civilization materials and has the ability to deflect metal projectiles. And there you go, that's your reward for getting all of the Mayan artifacts. We're now immune to bullets. Let's fucking go. And with that, let's get back to the main story. Now, I understand we can do at least one upgrade, so let's check in on that. Broadside cannons, mortars. Well, we're going to go with the broadside cannons because that's our main form of attack. But yeah, we have enough metal for one.
Captain has the helm. Up those shrouds. Let's
Back to Kingston we go. One second, guys. Alright.
I can keep the heat up. For a thing.
Yes, you. Let's buy some stuff. Not enough worth. Let's just fucking get the best guns. We already have the best guns, so there's that. Don't really want another one. Those. We can buy all this shit, let's do it. Nice. Well, we can buy the other sword sets for our completion percentage, I guess. And then just equip the best ones. Oh, well, that's already the best sword, so we'll just go with that. Now if I pause, weapons and armor is still 87%. Fuck you, kid. Why would you lie to me like that?
Welcome treat regardless of where they came from.
It's not Christian.
Oh well, we have it all now. Oh, for fuck's sake, why did I was trying to sheathe my sword. Yeah, you guys can do that. Thank you. A governor no longer. Helping out the Assassin's Bureau as earlier. That
Captain
helps out.
Kenway,
You have something for me?
the present whereabouts of the Templar Woods Rogers. He is attending a small political function, so do it clean.
The word is King George is calling Rogers back to London.
Aye, not happy with his progress in Nassau.
Still too many pirates roaming about, from what I hear.
You'll need a disguise to fool the powderheads at this party. I suggest the visiting diplomat, Ruggiero Ferraro. He's been on our list for some time.
Understood. Will you send this to England for me?
Aye, the ship leaves tomorrow.
Caroline Scott Kenway, Hawkins Lane, Bristol.
An Italian diplomat. What did that say? From a haystack. Alright.
There is no beauty to this city. No expression of joy. No aesthetic plan. You walk your streets like animals. Like cattle with no sense of decorum. You are all idiots. How you English believe you can subdue the world is beyond me. Take too long. This has gotta be fresh. Split as it is. But all they ever does is box the Jesuits. Ah, praise God for imported wine. Who can drink rum more than once a month?
Fuck.
It's revolting.
Hey, don't talk shit about rum, alright? Rum's really
Bastard.
nice.
Now I am lost. How preposterous this city is. All straight lines and rigid blocks and still no sense of order. Oh, how I miss the warm and winding streets of Firenze. How I miss Torture. Damn, sweltering heat. And none of it works.
Nice.
Va bene. Go. There is no beauty to this city. No expression of joy. No aesthetic plan. You walk your streets like animals. Like cattle with no sense of decorum.
Hello.
You are all idiots. How you English believe you can subdue the world is beyond me.
Haha.
Ah, praise God for imported wines.
Salve. Forgive the lateness of my arrival. I am Ruggiero Ferraro.
Aye, Mr. Ferraro. Not a problem.
Hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, a toast to my brief tenure as Governor of the Bahamas. No less than
Well, of course Rogers is going to
300
recognise
of our
Kenway.
followers took the King's pardon and swore fealty to the crown. And yet, for all my successes, His Majesty has seen
No second objective. That's
and
fine.
called me home to England. Brilliant! God bless the fucker.
Oh no, there we go.
Hooray! Hooray for the ignoble and ignorant prigs who rule the world with sticks up their asses! Hooray!
And how is Mrs. Rogers these days?
I haven't the faintest idea, and I don't intend to inquire any further. We separated almost 5 years ago, and both our lives have been the better for it.
Forgive my curiosity, Governor.
Perhaps I'll be more candid later, when the remainder of my reason has left me.
Oh. Oh.
You're not some cloak-twitching prig, are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Where's it, lad? He was a privateer once. How is it you lack so much respect for sailors only trying to make their way in this world?
You couldn't possibly understand my motives, cretin!
You have spent a whole lifetime dismantling everything that makes our civilization shine.
But I do understand. I've seen the observatory, and I know its power. You'd use that device to spy and blackmail and sabotage.
Yes. And yet all for a greater purpose. To ensure justice. To snuff out lies and to seek truth.
There's no man on Earth who needs that power.
Yet you suffer the outlaw Roberts to use it.
No. I'm taking it back. And if you tell me where he is, I'll stop the man.
Here at the edge of a blade, I find a friend in you at last.
Principe, you mad bastard. Our best sources say Principe.
Take no notice, just let me pike right out.
Is Captain Rogers hurt? Is it a revolt? What's happened?
Well, you potentially know where our man is.
It's done.
Where now?
Grab your kit and pack well. We're sailing for Africa.
Let's have a quick look at the database. See if there's any interesting entries that we haven't looked at. Hey, Captain Kidd. It's the actual Captain Kidd, I'm pretty sure. Sage. Abstergo's archives contain a few references to men called the Sage or a Sage. They're few and far between. Each sighting seems to refer to a different person living in a vastly different time and location. The earliest example was found in a Sumerian clay tablet in cuneiform script, while the latest survives only as a footnote in one of Loreno Torres' own journals dated January 1704. In all, according to Abstergo's existing research, 7 different sages seem to have graced the world stage in the past 1200 years, but the real number is likely higher. Perhaps the strangest aspect connecting each of these various sites is the fact that in every case, visual descriptions of the sage are remarkably similar. So similar, in fact, that one wouldn't be faulted for assuming they were talking about a single immortal man. However, in 2 of the 7 citations, explicit mention is made of their death and burial. Are we therefore dealing with some bizarre form of reincarnate? I feel like I've read this one before. Yes, there we go, there's an update. Thanks in large part to a series of letters acquired throughout the episode of our research, we have now some sense of what constitutes a sage. It appears that such a person, always a man, is the result of a bizarre experiment perpetuated by Juno, one of the luminaries of the so-called First Civilization, with the aid of her husband, Ita. Apparently, with her husband's DNA as a base, Juno manipulated this genetic material to create a program that she then inserted as junk DNA into the human genome. Though harmless by all appearances, this program could, under the right circumstances, activate suddenly during the conception of a human child, and quite literally reconfigure itself into the genome of her husband. In this way, a near-perfect replica or clone of the man's personality and intelligence, with all its memories intact, would appear in lieu of the actual child that should have resulted from this union. It is unknown at this point why Juno should have wanted her husband's likeness to continually reoccur throughout the centuries and millennia, especially in light of the First Civilization's swift extinction barely 100 years after Juno and her kind walked the Earth. Yet it remains a sobering fact that there is a very high probability that one such replica of this item is alive and walking the Earth at this very moment. Adewale. Born to enslaved Ogoni parents in Yoruba, Adewale was... Hang on. Is this an updated one? No, it's not an updated one. Okay. Was sold to the owner of a prosperous plantation before his teens. He remained on this plantation working the field until his mid-teens, always scheming of ways to escape his predicament. Oh no, this is an update, definitely. Yeah, there is an update. Okay, here we go. First large part to a hurricane, however, that trip never took place. With the aid of a young Welsh pirate named Edward Kenway, Ade escaped the... I actually don't know how to say that word. That bound him. Freeing more prisoners as they went, Ade and Edward commandeered a brigantine and set sail just in time to beat the worst of the storm. When the hurricane passed, Ade was free once more. From that point forward, Ade sailed as quartermaster aboard Captain Edward's ship, the Jackdaw. Operating out of Nassau for a time, they grew wealthy off their spoils and lived the lives they had always dreamed. But Ade was a man who valued the democratic ideals of this pirate community far above the spoils they acquired while living it. And as he saw Edward Kenway fall deeper and deeper into a spiral of selfish greed and pointless glory, he wondered if there wasn't a better alternative, a more noble cause he might adopt to suit his ideals. In 1720, these very ideals were put to the test when Captain Kenway sailed to a meeting with the notorious Bartholomew Roberts. Adewale never trusted Roberts and hoped Edward might come to the same conclusion before it was too late. Unfortunately, Ade's instincts were correct. In Edward's absence, Robert's enormous crew attacked the Jackdaw, hoping to subdue her. Ade took command of the brig and sailed her and her crew to safety, regretting the loss of his captain, but confident he had made the right decision. Some months later, Ade resolved to meet with Atabai at the assassin's village in Toulon. We spoke at length with the old mentor and asked him many questions about their order. After hearing answers that pleased him greatly, Ade joined the order, then set about devising a scheme to locate his old captain. Months later, Adewale and the assassins got word that Edward Kenway had been languishing for many months in a prison in Port Royal. They learned too that Mary Reed and Anne Bonny had also been taken there. Ade and Atabai put a plan in motion to rescue them. After the escape, a tragic success, Ade returned the Jackdaw intact to Captain Kenway and bade him visit the assassins as soon as he was able. And in due time, Edward Kenway, just that. Anne Bonny was barely a teen when she left her native Cork in Ireland for the British colonies, and by 16 she was en route to the West Indies at the sign of her new husband, Mr. Jack Bonny, a gentle but sturdy young man in his early 20s. The pair arrived in Nassau in April of 1716, settling down with an unclear idea of what shape their lives might take. Jack eventually found work on one of the small plantations there, while Anne cultivated her ability to loaf and daydream. Unfortunately, her beauty, aloofness, and her incredible indifference to propriety made her the object of more romantic attention than she had ever known or cared for. Within a year of arriving in Nassau, the Bonnies' marriage was in shambles, a union only in name. While Jack disappeared further into his work, Anne grew more confident and sociable, eventually taking jobs as barmaid at the popular Old Avery Tavern in the centre of Nassau. And though she took on a few lovers in the next few years, it was mostly out of envy and spite that the rabble of Nassau branded Anne a harlot and a tease. But with no high society to shun or shame her, Anne's desirability only increased on the strength of these rumours. Note, tread very carefully here, check on the... Oh, okay. That's, yeah, just don't go that route. Yeah, exactly. What the fuck? Right, Bartholomew Roberts. Originally hailing from Wales, little is known about John Roberts, the real name of the man who would later become known as Black Bart long after his death. Most assume he went to sea at a very young age, at 13 or so, but there was no record of him in any historical documents until his noted reappearance in 1718 aboard a merchant ship, Barbadian in origin. Just a year later, our picture of Roberts' life sharpens considerably. We now know he was pressed into piracy by the notorious Hal Davis while working aboard a slave ship under Captain Abraham Plum. And though Roberts had likely not gone to sea with the intent of becoming a pirate, when the opportunity thrust itself upon him, Roberts was reported to have said, "A merry life and a short one shall be my motto." A few months later, Davis was killed in an ambush on the Portuguese island of Principe, and Roberts was swiftly and unanimously elected to replace him. This was surely a testament to the man's natural charisma and leadership, for he had been a pirate only a few months. It was at this point that he took the name Bartholomew, likely naming himself for the infamous Bartholomew Sharp, pirate of some renown, who had disappeared just 2 decades earlier. One of the most intelligent and strategic pirates of the Golden Age, Roberts was a sturdy, handsome man known to dress in fine clothes. A handsome man who carried himself with a dignified but unpretentious air. He had dark hair to match his dark complexion, likely set from the almost 2 decades he had spent at sea. He often carried numerous pistols, each one tied to the end of long silk sashes, which he kept slung over his shoulder. His tactical ideas were usually radical but thoughtfully considered. He never jumped into any scheme rashly, though his ideas seemed almost suicidal to those unacquainted with his methods. Ultimately responsible for the theft of around 400 ships in his 3-year career, he bested every other pirate of the era by a factor of 10 times or more, although it must be said that at least half of these boats were small periaguas and the like. Okay. Benjamin Hornigold is just an updated one. There's definitely an update to this one. Hornigold continued pirating through 1717 and 1718, always with mind improving the situation on Sal, but when rumours began circulating that King George I of Britain had issued a full pardon to any pirates willing to cease all illegal activities and retire, Hornigold took stock of his stagnant situation and considered it seriously. This angered his closest associates, Charles Vane most notably, who considered the pardon to be a cowardly surrender. Then came the day of reckoning. In 1718, Captain Woodes Rogers arrived in Nassau with a fleet of 7 tall ships and declared himself King's appointee as governor. With a mandate to rid the Bahamas of all pirates, Rogers was not a man to be trifled with. Hornigold, who had grown quite sick of defending the Republic few were willing to back, surrendered to the governor and took pardon. In the year following, Hornigold grew to admire Captain Rogers and worked as a privateer for the governor as often as he could, ultimately raising his reputation far above what it had been as a mere pirate. But when his activities brought him back into the sphere of his old friend, the pirate Edward Kenway, his seemingly good fortunes came to an end. Benjamin Hornigold died under mysterious circumstances in the summer of 1919, somewhere in the western seas of the West Indies. Charles Vane, I mean, this is definitely an update. Let's just get the end of it. Vane even sailed north to the Carolinas to meet with Ed Thatch and convince his old friend to rejoin the old gang and take Nassau back from British hands. When Thatch refused, Vane was out of ideas. Weeks later, Vane was sailing back to the West Indies when a French brigantine crossed his path, having ideas of his own. Vane declined to attack. This didn't sit well with some of his crew, most notably Jack Rackham, who had come to loathe Vane's dictatorial captaining style. Shortly after Vane's refusal, Rackham and a number of those loyal to him mutinied, opposing Vane and setting him adrift in a small sloop. Some weeks later, Vane found himself marooned on a small island somewhere south of Cuba. He spent many weeks in isolation there, though it's suspected he may have come into contact with fishermen who were known to frequent the area, but for whatever reason, Vane kept to himself until he was able to hail a passing British ship. Unfortunately for him, the captain of the ship recognised him as Vane, the notorious pirate, and refused to bring him aboard. 4 weeks passed and Vane was at his wits' end. At last, another British ship sailed past and Vane climbed aboard. He did his best to keep to himself, and according to fate, the captain of the first ship happened to be aboard the second. He spotted Vane after only a few days at sea and pointed him out to the captain. Vane was arrested on the spot and sailed to Kingston for trial. There he languished for almost a year in prison before his execution in early 1721. The sad whimper of a fate for a man once so full of explosive and angry. Blackbeard, I mean, we know how this ends, fortunately. Of all the infamous West Indies pirates, Mary Read stands out as one of the most mysterious and inscrutable. No one's sure when she was born, with most speculation ranging over almost a decade between 1685 and 1695. According to Charles Johnson, a frequently unreliable source, mother began dressing Mary in boys' clothes from a very early age, with the hope of passing off as another man's son. Not sure how this will play with average audiences, we've done a market survey on this. In her teens, Mary evidently harnessed her skill to disguise a secure job aboard ship. Taken to sea, she worked her way forward to found a position in the British Navy. Still disguised as a man, she saw action in battle. Though owing to the conflicting reports of her birth, we cannot be certain of the battle. It was during these skirmishes that Mary first met her first husband, so the author of General History of Pirates claims, a Flemish soldier who had evidently fought beside her. This union was not fated to remain intact. Mary's husband was killed soon after their marriage. With few reasons to remain in Europe, Mary sailed for the West Indies. It is unclear what transpired in the years following, but it's almost certain that she resumed the practice of dressing as a man. We also assume Mary continued working aboard ships, improving her skills as a sailor and swordsman. By 1715 or 1716, it was likely she visited her fellow sailors in Nassau, though perhaps not for the same reasons. Official records of her activities do not appear until around 1720. A ship she had been sailing on was taken by pirates who were subsequently arrested. In order to avoid a swift execution by Governor Rogers in Nassau, Mary took the king's pardon and there she settled. Whether this was a front for more secretive activity is hard to say. It was at this time, however, that Mary met and befriended the much younger Anne Bonny. The two became close friends as Anne reportedly saw through Mary's disguise rather quickly. Unfortunately, Anne's beau, Jack Rackham, did not, and Mary was compelled to reveal herself as a woman to avoid a pointless altercation. According to recently unearthed documents, we know that some of Governor Rogers' administrators were eventually made aware of Mary's status as a woman, likely on account of Rackham's big mouth. In any event, Mary, Anne, and Jack did not hang around the South for much longer after their meeting. At some point in the late summer of 1720, the trio raised a small crew and stole a schooner docked in the South Harbour. For 3 months they pirated and pillaged, with Anne and Mary taking the lead whenever their self-appointed captain Rackham was indisposed from drink. Unfortunately for all, Rackham's incompetence also landed them in more trouble than they could handle, and in October 1720 their ship was set upon by the British. According to reports, only Anne, Mary, and one unnamed young man were fit enough to resist, and resist they did. Miraculously, only the young man died in the ensuing fight. Anne and Mary were arrested, as were Jack Rackham and the rest of his crew after they awoke from their drunken stupors below deck. Taken to Kingston for trial, their executions were stayed after the woman announced they were many months pregnant. Mary languished in jail until her term was up. Unfortunately, just days after giving birth, she died of severe illness or infection, likely caused by the terribly unsanitary conditions of her captivity. It is not known what happened to Mary's child. Oh, the end of the story. So Blackbeard took great pride in the Queen Anne's revenge. After keeping Bonnet's revenge in his own fleet for a short time, Blackbeard suddenly abandoned her along with most of its crew. Bonnet was again free to seek his own path, believing he had been properly mentored under Blackbeard's tutelage. Bonnet struck out for the Danish island of St. Thomas, hoping to earn a privateering commission, but his crew had other ideas. Plunging headlong into piracy once more, Stead's crew lashed out recklessly at every prize they could find, resulting in their capture some months later near Cape Fear in North Carolina. While Stead awaited trial, numerous people came forward as witnesses to attest the good quality of his character, but it came to nothing. After one botched attempt to escape, Stead was finally walked to the gallows in December of 1718. As the hangman slipped the noose around his neck, he broke down in tears, begging for mercy. The sight of his abject shame moved many to tears, but it was not enough to save him. The gentleman pirate was no more. Well, damn, in that case, yeah, there's literally no one left. Okay, I think I need to actually board the ship first.
Killer! Pirate!
Mary begotten Ned.
Oh, am I yet? Beat the bloody blockhead! Hey! Get out of the shrubs!
Okay, I can't false stroke there. That's why.
horse will die, and we say so, and we know so. And if he dies, we'll tan his eye. Oh, poor old man. And if he don't, I'll ride him again. And we say so, and we know so. And I'll ride
Royal
him until
misfortune.
the Lord knows when. Oh, poor old
Oh dear, that does not sound good.
Captain! Here's one still kicking!
Who did this?
It were a large vessel, the Royal Fortune.
Roberts.
Offered no quarter, didn't say nothing.
We're on the right track, I guess. Trying to locate Roberts. And I'm assuming we're here to kill him. Okay, so I need to be stealthy. If anything, I want to draw them in. Come on, lads. Let's start exploding shit. Any other explosive shit I can use? Yes, there is. Come on then, you lot. Right. Yeah, that worked. I think sounding the alarm is a bit unnecessary, lad. I think everyone knows I'm here. There we go.
He cannot escape.
chases me now, eh? Is it a spectre come to spook me? Or the gaunt remains of a man I sent to hell?
Where is it, fucker? He's off.
Got him in my sight. Ah. I have a shot. Have a line on him. I have a shot.
Lads, time to make a move. Let's go.
The way is blocked, Captain. We have to
Shit.
find another path. That's storms from the bowels of hell. Steer clear of that, Captain.
You won't get away from me that easily, Roberts.
Fire! That time!
Ready to fire, Captain. Ready to spin, sir! Fire! Making all A, sir!
Shush. I don't want to end up behind it once that happens.
Almost ready, sir! Ready to fire, sir!
Fuck's sake.
Keep out of
Fire! Brace yourself!
Edward, there's cross trees on the horizon.
Flying British colours!
There's Spanish ships there, Captain. This'll be a mess if we don't have you sink your ship, Captain. We've a better than even chance.
No. There's a device with him that needs taking. I'll have to board her myself.
Man the guns! There's more fodder for you coming! Give the order and out of sail!
There we go. Use a rope dart to kill Roberts. That'll be my pleasure.
By Jove, Edward Kenway, how can I not be impressed by the attention you paid me? May the best of we two sing praises of the second!
Stop fucking talking.
A merry life and a short one, as promised. How well I know myself. And what of you, Edward? Have you found the peace you seek?
I'm not aiming so high as that. What's peace but a confusion between two wars?
Oh, you're a stoic then. But perhaps I was wrong about you. She might have had some use for you after all.
She? Of whom do you speak?
Oh, she who lies in wait, entombed. I had hoped to find her, to see her again, to open the door of the temple and hear her speak my name once more.
Talk sense, man.
I was born too soon. Like so many others before.
Where's the device, Robert?
Destroy this body, Edward. The Templars. If they take me...
Back to Havana, eh? Been a while since we visited this place. Back where our adventure began. Almost began. I guess we technically began on that one beach.
Sir to the starboard! Flotsam, sir! Looks like loot! That's a pirate hunter!
Alto, quiero veamos sus tripas.
Fine. Okay, these swords are actually badass. The fact they have a gun in them.
Captain Kenway. I'm assuming this is the friendliest face you've seen since dropping anchor?
Is Havana under curfew on my account?
Aye. Torres seems to think someone's coming after him.
He's right.
He's not wrong.
A monkey-looking thing? Is that what I think it is?
Aye. Watch. Through the blood of the governor, we can see through his eyes.
That's by the church.
Keep this safe. Just in case.
I'll be at the bureau. Good luck.
I do believe the Templar Grand Master is the last target on our list. With many names. Oh, shut up.
¡Quieto! ¡Puedo darle! ¡Es mío! ¡Puedo darle! ¡Tengo la vista! ¡Rápido! ¡Que no se escabulla! ¡Lo tengo encañonado!
The shopkeepers just start out like, oh, for fuck's sake. They're doing it again. Otherwise, it's very good. Come on, Torres, where are you? Is he perhaps inside the church? If so, then I don't know how to get in there.
Un cuarto de maravedí por una sorpresa. Quieto ahí.
Tenemos un asunto pendiente con el tiburón en el castillo.
¡A por él!
Cool.
Señor, disculpe, pero ¿por qué tenemos que entrar ahí? Ya han enviado a la mayoría de la flota.
¿Estás cuestionando una orden directa, soldado?
No, señor, pero es que...
Bien.
La ciudad entera en alerta por esos asesinos.
Calla. Un rumor acaba con la confianza más rápido que una bala. Ni menciones a los asesinos.
He oído historias sobre ellos. Espero que te equivoques.
Ahí, vosotros dos. Cerrad esas bocas antes de que os las tenga que cerrar yo.
Señor, sí, señor.
Oh, Dios, ¿ahora qué?
Gracias, señor. Esos prisioneros.
Cállate. Bien, continuemos. Vosotros, seguidnos. Y esta vez no vayáis a meter la pata.
¡Abrid paso!
I wonder where he could be hiding. Surely not in the heavily fortified building. Oh, it is in the heavily fortified building. Imagine my surprise. Yeah, combat. Difficult, albeit not impossible. I will probably fail. What is he doing? The guy's just moonwalking. Oh, that's quite funny. He just does not know what's going on. You know what, I am curious actually. Yeah, we're not far at all. I think we won't finish the game tonight.
¡Alto ahí!
Oh well, that's fine. I'm not bothered.
You're done, Torres. This again, eh?
No te...
I can't score a hit like this.
Oh, he hits hard.
No man's immune to a pistol shot, I reckon.
Oh, a pistol.
How about a little gunplay?
Okay.
If you could speak, mate, it would gladden me to hear your side. You humbled me once, and I took that hard lesson, and I bettered myself. Die, knowing that for all of our conflict, you helped make a soldier out of a scoundrel. Leave this life for a lasting peace, down among the dead.
Oh yes, I'd like to leave now. It's my Layla.
Quiero hablar contigo. ¡Baja ese! ¡Se está yendo!
We got word Torres left the city. Who were you chasing?
That vial was labeled Torres, but held the blood of his second. Where's he gone?
Left port this morning, heading west along the coast.
The observatory.
Will we follow?
Send word to Atabai. We've cornered our man.
Cornered our man, eh? Give me 1 second. Let's do this. I do like how it's not marked on the map, actually, that is really cool.
What's this Torres doing looking for the observatory? When you're holding the treasure yourself?
Torres doesn't know I have it.
So why bring it to him and risk its capture?
I'd like him to know I have it, just before he dies.
Edward, there's a fleet blocking the cove we want.
Aye, the Armada. That's Torres and his men.
And you're going to do what, exactly?
Find our way past them.
Yeah, let's do it.
Dies, we'll stand his eye. Oh, poor old man. And if he don't
Ship coming after us, sir! That's a man of war, sir! Spaniards! That's the lone ship, Captain!
Fire! Give the order, sir! Ready to fire, sir! Reloading!
Keep out of there, heavy
Don't forget it, boys! Fire! Fire!
Damn these eyes!
Hold sail! She'll take it up! Make him back up! Pull them in with a will! Let's hear you sing!
Up we go. Oh, that's not bullshit. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, you're joking. Not another one. Oh, for God's sakes.
Stay out of range, Captain!
Fire! Working on it hardy, sir! Ready to fire, sir! Fire! Goes the Royal!
I won't play shots there!
Ease off the wind!
And that's another one down.
Loose and trim too! Fire! Give me some speed!
Not worth this one. Not worth my time.
I've hit a star!
See you later, boys.
Ready to fall, sir!
Ever a splinter.
Who's this Taurus? And what's your man done to earn a death sentence?
He's a Templar, like Rogers and Hornigold. Men cooking up schemes to use the observatory for ill purposes. For power and control. The violence he'd cause with this thing would be subtle but heavy. Deadly, yet leaving no mark. Does that make sense?
Like, if there was a drought and people was thirsty, and one man had a large cask of water but gave a sip to none, he'd be a killer with no blood in his hands.
Aye, like that.
Fair enough. Maybe they've gone?
No, they're here. Deep in the jungle.
Soldiers, just there. What should we do? Jesus, look at all this. Corpses for miles.
They brought every ounce of menace they had.
God, they're dropping like flies there. Is this... Where might be?
disparo claro. Amigo mío, te tengo encañonado. ¡Me destriparemos!
¿Creías que no te...
Well, we freed a couple of prisoners. Hopefully, I'm good enough to free them all. Quiet, man. No, we need to get back to high ground.
Tengo línea de tiro.
Did I let one die? Or is there just like one dude that's off by himself? I don't know. Might be a bit too late for that.
Later, lad. I'll tell you all when this is finished.
Yeah, I missed one or let one die. Oh well. I tried. Okay. Let's deal with the real issue at hand here.
Holy Mother of God. Is this the place we've come to see?
Aye. Stand watch here, and let none follow.
Fit for the dozen fights, aye.
Oh fuck.
Perdóname, por favor. No quiero morir.
All right. Oh no, that was the one chief. That was the one I wanted. Well, I mean, that got me there. Alright, Torres.
Hemos activado algo.
¡Registrarlo todo! ¡Hay que parar esta locura!
Nuestro deber es quedarnos con Torres. ¿Dónde vais?
Ese viejo
de casa.
¡No te acerques a eso!
Damn, I'm on fire. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? You're not getting away from me that easily. Ooh. Don't like any of that.
We could have worked together, Edward. We could have taken power for ourselves and brought these miserable empires to their knees. There is so much potential in you. So much you have not yet accomplished. I could show you things. Mysteries beyond anything that you could imagine.
Captain Kenway, ever a splinter in my side. Does this murder fulfill you?
I'm only seeing a job done, Torres. As you'd have done with me.
As we have done, I think. You have no family anymore, no friends, no future. Your losses are far greater than ours.
That may be. But killing you rights a far greater wrong than ever I did.
You honestly believe that?
You would see all of mankind corralled into a neatly furnished prison, safe and sober, yet dulled beyond reason and sapped of all spirit. So with everything I've seen and learned in these last years, I do believe it.
You wear your convictions well. They suit you.
Torres awakened something fierce. Are we safe?
With the device returned, I believe so.
What do you call this place?
Captain Kenway's folly!
Etsawol Tesu Tukila. Katwenen. We will seal this place and discard the key. Until another sage appears, this door will remain locked.
There were vials when I came here last. Filled with the blood of ancient men, Robert said, but they're gone now.
Then it's up to us to recover them, before the Templars catch wind of this. You could join us in that cause.
I will, but only after I fix what I mangled back home.
It arrived last week.
What did it say? I mean, I know what it said.
Wakey, wakey. I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Not in this era, anyway. I wish I could explain all this strangeness, but there isn't much time. The short of it is, you saw my beloved Juno. And for a brief moment, I thought she might occupy this tender body of yours. But something went wrong. And now, she's back out there, adrift. Oh, she was magnificent once. One of a race of beautiful, wonderful creatures. They created your kind. Did you know that? Your people were tools to them. That's all you have ever been. That's all you should ever be. One day soon, I hope. For the world is nearly ready for her return. Wired. Prepared for a second coming. Uh-oh. Here they come. Those Templars. Or maybe assassins this time. Idiots. All of them. I envy you. It was her wish that I be here to greet her. It was her experiment that made it possible for my rebirth as one of these things. Ah!
Stay down! Get down on your back! Now! He's got a gun!
Guide me into the grave, beloved! I am your instrument!
Put the gun down! Drop it! Drop your weapon! Clear! Clear! Check his vitals. He's bleeding fast. Check the victim.
Are you okay? Can you hear me? Hello? Talk to me. You all right?
Well, there you are. Thank God. I hope you feel well. You look good. Can you stand? Good. Try walking around.
Dun, dun, dun.
A doctor came by, said there wasn't anything to worry about. That the liquid in the syringe was far, far below a lethal dose. I feel terrible about all this. About everything. All our evidence pointed to you, but it was John all along. God, the things we found on his computer. Whatever you need, we'll provide. You've done an amazing job. Speaking of which, our trailer is finished. Would you like to see it? I owe you that much. There we go. I uploaded it to your database. You can watch it here or at your Animus. I think you'll love it. It really captures the essence of the era. So, take care. And again, Thank you.
In a world where pirates rule the waves, these men will discover that nothing is sacred and everyone is committed to rum, plunder, and women. Hola, ladies. This summer, Abstergo Entertainment invites you aboard for the adventure of a lifetime. So sharpen your cutlasses, shine your hooks, and sail with the devils of the Caribbean. This virtual experience is not being rated.
Oh, it's a film now. It's definitely copyright friendly.
What now? Talk, you idiot! Look at the light! Isn't that the battery? I think that's the battery. Hello? Hello? Ah, look, sorry about this. My name is Sean, and back there is Rebecca, my partner in crime.
Hello.
Bloody good work earlier. Honestly, I mean it. Delivering us all that data. It's really just too bad that our man on the inside was such a, how to put it? Fanatic. Fanatic is the best word, I suppose.
We take who we can get.
Exactly. Well put. We saw in John an opportunity to burrow deeper into Abstergo's cloud servers, and I'm not ashamed to say we took it. Not realizing, of course, that he was enlisting you to help him. And to blame, should anything go wrong. I suppose it all worked out very nicely in the end. Most of it, anyway.
What Sean really wants to say is, if you're up for more hacking, we are too. John gave you level 3 security clearance before he died. You should use it. The assassins don't have the resources to pay you like the Templars do, but we'll make it worth your while.
Look, we should really cut it short, Bex. 20 seconds.
All right. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. And top-notch work. Really top. Give yourself a pat on the back. And happy hacking.
So we can come back to that if we want to. I'm leaving it for now. Oh god, not trophies here. But we're going to jump back into the game.
Gentlemen, how do you find it here?
It will work for us. But our goal must be to scatter our operations. To live and work among the people we protect, just as Altair Ben Lahad once counseled.
And until that time, it's yours as you see fit.
Edward, Captain Woodes Rogers survived his wounds. He has since returned to England, shamed and in great debt, but no less a threat.
I will finish that job when I return. You have my word. Evening, Anne.
Edward?
I'll be sailing for London in the next few months. I'd be a hopeful man if you were beside me.
England's the wrong way around the globe for an Irishwoman.
Will you stay with the assassins?
No, I haven't got that kind of conviction in my heart. You?
In time, aye. When my mind is settled and my blood is cooled.
Sail ho! Coming into the cove!
You're a good man, Edward. And if you learn to keep settled in one place for more than a week, you'll make a fine father too. Of all the money that I had, I spent it in good company. that ere I've done. Alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't. So felt the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Oh, here I had their sorry for my going away, and all the same, ere I've loved, they wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot that I should rise and you should, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you.
Father, did you always know how to sail a boat?
The Jackdaw is a ship, Jenny, not a boat.
But did you always know?
No. No, I learned after leaving Bristol.
After you left Mother?
Well, I didn't leave without saying goodbye, that is. It was an arrangement, you see, between your mother and me.
She said you left her. She said you always talked about sailing a boat and making money in the New World.
I did always want to sail a ship. That's true. But not for a lark. To support us. And take care of her. And you.
Not me. Mother said you didn't know about me. She said you worked only once a year and that she never knew where to find you.
That's all true, and I'm sorry for that. If I'd known earlier... I might have come home. I hope that I would have.
Well, you were busy. That's what I think.
I was, but... that wouldn't have mattered.
Can I steal your boat?
Boat? I see no boat here. Do you?
I mean ship, obviously. I don't see the difference anyway.
Ah, it's a very simple one, Jenny. A ship can carry a boat, but a boat cannot carry a ship.
Why then, everything is a ship. Large and small. But for my toy boats, the one I take into the bath with me.
That's a clever way of seeing it. Is it hard to talk about Caroline, Jenny? About your mother?
No. She passed some years ago. I miss her, but it's all right.
Was she in pain?
I don't know. I don't think so. She was very happy for quite some time. Then, not so happy. I didn't see her much after that. Then, she was gone.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there for you.
It's all right. You're here now. And we're on an adventure.
Only a little one, I hope. Can't handle too many more surprises.
Do you think we'll see a whale?
Yes, there's a very good chance.
And what about pirates? Will I see pirates?
No. Not much chance of that, I think.
Oh, that's right, sad. I should have liked to have seen one.
Tell you what, Jenny. As soon as these winds die a little, I'll let you steer the Jackdaw. One little trick at the helm before sundown.
Yay!
Miss Jennifer Kenway, may I introduce myself?
Jennifer Scott, if you please.
I'm sorry,
My daughter was raised by her mother, Caroline, until she passed away some years ago. Jenny prefers to use her surname to mine.
Please forgive my ignorance.
I will. She may not.
Father, help me.
This little rascal, however, is a Kenway. What's wrong, Haven?
I can't see the stage.
Up we go. How's that?
Fine. But won't your arms tire?
Hey, I'm not so old as that. But if they do, then we shall quit this posh gig and go and meet your mother for some chocolate and whites. How's that sound?
Yes, please.
Okay, hush now.
I can't put my finger on it. But that one seems familiar somehow. And that is Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It's done! It's done! Finally! This series took longer than I thought it would. This game has a lot going on, mainly because it's massive. I haven't played this game in almost... Put it this way. The time since my last playthrough is longer than the time between the game releasing and my previous playthrough. So, to put it in perspective, I think I last played it in 2015, so I was worried about playing this one, and I think that's why I kept putting this playthrough off. So I was worried that I wouldn't like this game as much as I used to, and I'm happy to report that is not the case. This, I'm confident, I'm happy now to sit back and say this is my favourite Assassin's Creed game. Which I already said was the case, but having been replaying the games on stream, I'm happy to sort of set that in stone. I've noticed issues with the game, playing it again. In particular, there's way too fucking many tailing missions. There's so many of them. What the fuck? And then at one point the game's like, tailing but a ship. It's like, it's just fucking ridiculous. So I'm quite pleased that I've been able to identify issues that I didn't necessarily have before with the game, but it hasn't affected my enjoyment. And actually, being older, being able to understand better, I actually think the story is a lot better than I remember it being. Not the best story in the series, but it's a lot better than I thought it was. And I fucking love that ending. I think that ending's fantastic. I think, if I remember correctly, because I didn't play this game when it released, I played it like a year after it came out. Because I was so disappointed with 3. So I completely forgot about Haven having the last name Kenway, and Connor as well. So I completely didn't connect the dots on that. So that ending was a nice little moment for me on my first playthrough as well. Characters are really good. Edward's unfortunate because if he didn't happen to be in the same series as Ezio, who is one of, if not the greatest protagonists of all time, he would be the best protagonist in the series. But I love Edward. He's brilliant. I love the sailing. I do. I really enjoy it. I find it very satisfying. It's nice to sort of chill for a bit when you're just sailing from point A to point B. I have the same thing with Wind Waker. Clearly, I just like sailing in games. This is interesting though, because bearing in mind I haven't played Rogue, which I think is technically next, because Rogue and Unity came out on the same day, so I need to make a decision on which one I'm going to play first. I'll probably play Rogue first. I think that makes a little bit more sense because I think it's somewhat connected to some of the previous games, and also that was like Unity was meant to be a step up for the series, which is very ironic. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But for me, this is the end of. It's very dramatic to say it's the end of Assassin's Creed, but like this is the point where the series sort of lost its way. I think this is the last game. Again, not counting Rogue because I haven't played it. I think this is the last game that really knew what it was doing, and afterwards they were just sort of stumbling around in the dark, and they still really recovered from that. So I see this game as sort of like the end of peak Assassin's Creed. I will say, as well, when it comes to settings for Assassin's Creed, going into this game, I didn't care about this setting at all. But I love it. It's such a good setting. It works so well. It's also a setting that's not really capitalized on in video games, and like the examples that you can think of, most of them kind of suck. To be honest, there's not many good pirate games, and unfortunately, Skull and Bones, which, as we've discussed previously, was meant to be DLC for this game and still isn't out 10 years later. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be one that sucks. I think at this point, that game can't have been in development for that long and be anything other than shit at the end of it. I don't care what they say. The fact that they're already planning to do a remake of this game to try and actually make money off of those assets, yeah, no fucking chance. It doesn't need a remake. It's obvious to me playing it. I imagine it's probably quite apparent to people watching as well. The game doesn't need a remake. It's fine. Just port it. I'd take a port of this game. I probably wouldn't buy it actually, because the copy I have is still very much playable. But you know, for modern audiences, just fucking port it, man. It's fine, honestly. I'm glad this was it's kind of weird to think about because it's been like 2 months. I'm glad I chose this game for a sort of channel relaunch, I guess. You know, thank you, Lily, again for all the art that you've done. I very much appreciate it. It's brilliant. So people, say thank you to Lily because it's great. Ubisoft credits go on far too long. I'm not sure what else to say. Does anyone, do any of you guys have anything to say about this, or anything you want me to sort of go over quickly whilst the credits are still rolling on this game? As I said, I'm not going to do the DLC. I've decided. I don't really have the motivation to do it. I may do a bonus stream on this game, but the only thing I'd really be doing is like the remaining hacks, which is boring, and the legendary ships, which I just know that's going to be really like, I'm just going to get frustrated with those, and it's going to I'm going to have to grind to get materials to. Yeah, you know what, I've convinced myself I'm not doing it. The legendary ships are cool. I've done them before. It's the toughest thing in the game. I don't think we need to do that. I don't think the legendary ships and the remaining hacks are interesting enough to warrant a bonus stream. So I'm probably going to pass on that. But we got all the collectibles, so I'm content with that. I think it's a job well done, this game. I think it's one to leave as it is here. So it's weird. I've been gone for like 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna be gone again for probably longer, actually. So we have a little bit of a break before the next series. These credits are still going. I like how they had that little scene in the credits though, where you're on the ship and you are in control of the ship. I mean, there's nothing there to matter. But the fact that they give you control of the ship while that conversation's going on is quite nice. I do like that. I really like the setting as well. I don't know what it is, but the thing that's always stood out to me about this game is it's always felt like the most excuse me. The most colourful Assassin's Creed game. Like visually, I feel like there's, colours are a bit more prominent than, Assassin's Creed. There's a lot of grey. Looking particularly at the first game, for example, there's a lot of grey in that game. But this one, I feel like there's this colour. It's vibrant and it's just a bit more pleasing to look at. And I think that is actually a contributor to why I like this game so much. Pirates are fun if you ignore all the bad shit. Yeah, it is kind of weird how like modern media sort of glorifies pirates, because like actual pirates are/were not good people. But for the purposes of a story of a video game, whatever. Have I mentioned that I really like Edward? I know I have, but it's a joke. I really like Edward. Edward's a great protagonist. He's fun. He's... Well, I mean, coming off the back of Connor, he's got a fucking personality. So, that's what you need. You need your protagonist to have personality. I was surprised as well at, well, I suppose I haven't played the game for like 8 years or so, so it's to be expected, but I was surprised that we kept coming across stuff that I had forgotten about. That was quite nice. Pleasant surprise. To sort of re-experience some parts of the game. Which I was not prepared for. I thought my recollection of the game was pretty decent. And it was pretty decent. Not perfect. How dare I not have a perfect man? This fucking credits is still go. Jesus Christ, guys, we might be here for like an hour. Do you know what? Actually, When we get to Unity, guys, remind me not to sit through the credits, because I think the credits of that game are genuinely an hour long. Oh my god, guys. I mean, this is... Oh my goodness. Apparently the credits to this game are 40 minutes. What the fuck? Oh, I can skip it. Thank goodness. What the fuck? Empire Hunt. Do I care? Congratulations, you finished the game, something. I'll watch it all to see Nick Fury artist join the Avengers. Yeah, the original version of the Avengers actually had Genway in it. Oh, it's actually stuff I've already completed. Okay, I was gonna say, game, you're not opening a bunch of stuff in the post game. I'm not having that. Cool! Well, in that case, as a send-off, would you guys like to see the little cinematic that you get on the title screen if you wait for a little while? Because I don't think I actually showed that off at any stage. So that could be a little interesting send-off. What do we say? Do you guys want that? Judging says sure. We don't have to wait 40 minutes. Oh no, he's on to me. Right, hang on. There we go. Well, guys, thank you for watching this playthrough of Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I do hope you've enjoyed it. And join me next time for a blind playthrough in a series I've never played before, although which one I haven't quite decided on yet. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a good night and enjoy one last cinematic when it decides to load. It's not going to load because I'm on the wrong menu. I'm going to wait for a minute and see if it pops up. And if it doesn't pop up, then we're screwed. You can look it up. It will be on YouTube. It's not going to load. Anyway, there you go, guys. There's your hint for the next playthrough. Yeah, so it's going to be a blind playthrough. Either way, it's going to be a series I've never played before. But I haven't actually... It's actually 2 possible games. I haven't decided which one it'll be yet. It'll be one of them. So, even I don't know what's coming next. Sorry, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Take care. Have a very good night. Thank you for watching, as it now says on the screen. Thank you for watching this playthrough of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Have a good night.